Podcast. Hello, Irish Football Fan TV. This is the live watch along Hungary versus the Republic of Ireland. I'm joined by David Long and Gerard Brown. Lads, how we feel ahead of this? I'll start with you, David. You've seen the lineup. I know you said off air there you're delighted to see Duffy back in. Overall, how are you feeling going into this? I'll come to you after, Ger.
I'm feeling confident. I was just saying the Gerard offline there that Monkey's off the back now. Hopefully there's a bit of confidence in around the team after last week's victory, and it spread throughout the team, and we just go from there. So I'm expecting a win.
Expecting a win? All right, Gerard, what about you?
I'm not feeling the same positivity as David, but I'm hoping I'm feeling the same way after 90 minutes. I was just saying to David, so it's a pretty strong, decent team. It's good to see another game in there for John Egan after missing the March internationals. You know, Darragh O'Shea as well. Matt Doherty, they bring a lot of Premier League quality to the team as well. Obviously, all eyes on Troy after his couple of goals last night. And good opportunity as well for Madden Ida. I know he played a lot of the first few games under Kenny. Struggled a little bit in the Nations League, but hopefully this could be an opportunity for him to kind of take off as well. And Jason Knight as well. Josh Cullen, good players who expressed in midfield. So, look, it'd be a right good test to see where we are after the victory against Andorra. These are no bad side. They're at the Euros. So hopefully we can end what has been a very, very disappointing season on a high and take some positives into the summer.
Yeah, no, 100%. Ethan, who was meant to come on with us there, just in the comments, he said go on longer. He's not joining because simply he'd be watching on the RTE player and just it would hold us up. We'd be 30 seconds or so behind. So we are actually up to date with play. So if anyone tries to ruin it for us by telling us there's a goal in the comments before it actually happens, we'll actually see the goal. So yeah, get your comments in and we'll try root through them. Try and have the best. We're live on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. So plenty of people watching.
Just plenty of more boos going on about taking this knee.
Was the boos there? I have it on mute. So
that's all the Hungary players are pointing to the respect badge instead of taking a knee. Bad pass by who ran, was it?
Ethan says goal.
Wasn't far off.
I think it's interesting bringing Shane Duffy back in. He's playing like Dan McDonald said on Twitter. It was like a 3-4-1-2 formation.
Yeah.
With Jason Knight being the attacking midfielder, you know, kind of getting up to play, helping out with Troy and Adam Ida. I think it's going to be interesting just to see how we set up and how we get on. So hopefully there's a ball into the box there by the Hungarians, get rid of it.
Play on.
Must be something with my TV, because I actually think I'm ahead of you lads, because that ball was cleared about 5 seconds to me beforehand. So we must have quick TV coverage down here in Roscommon compared to the capital.
Maybe so. Maybe you're close.
If there's a goal, I'll hold my silence back for a bit. But
don't.
Right.
Just go for it.
Yeah,
it's better to get the authenticity. I hope I said that right. But yeah, look, we've got Cullen and Howrahan in the middles. Who makes that the four then? Because it's 3-4-1-2. McLean and
Doherty.
Sorry, yeah. So you probably see them get a bit forward, and that's probably going to provide the width.
Egan's at the main nip there.
Yeah.
They're in.
Oh, well covered back though. Anyway, he won it back in fairness. He headed it out. So let's see in the comments. Darren O'Hart says, "What do you guys what do you think of Stephen Kenny not practicing free kicks at all over the week?"
Well, I wouldn't say
that's the case at all because Anthony Barry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that is the case at all. I'd be very, very surprised. He might have just been saying that. I'd be very surprised. What do you guys think? If you have any thoughts?
No, it would be. You're right. It'd be definitely your man Barry. He's brought in for his speciality in set pieces. Just hopefully he was working on them. Hopefully one or two pay off. The managers never really have hands on. The managers kind of sit back and let the coaches kind of implement on on training sessions, and then they then go to the coaches more and be like, oh, they kind of sit back and watch more. They don't really have hands on unless Stephen Kenny's different. But that would be my take on it.
Yeah, just to answer Val's question, Seamus Coleman was injured. Yeah, he's been carrying a knock. He missed the last game of the season, I think, for Everton as well. So he's been carrying a knock for a while, just a hamstring strain. It's obviously taking him a lot longer to get back at his age now. That'll be a worry going forward that he keeps getting that hamstring strain. It seems to be a reoccurrence. But yeah, look, he said then that Kevin Doyle said it in the studio, but I wouldn't take any notice of it, to be honest with you. I would very much doubt it with the man Anthony Barry in there. I'm sure he's paid enough money to come in there, and he's been in there since the Champions League final. He flew straight out, so I definitely think we've been working on stuff. And if it wasn't free kicks, he was probably working on corners and different scenarios, because John Egan said it in his press conference that he was working on loads of different scenarios and he was top class. So I really think you're nitpicking there if you're trying to find something to give out about.
Go on, free kick, ref.
That's
sorry for cutting
Shane
you short
Duffy
there.
territory. I was finished anyway. Shane Duffy.
Now here we go. Let's see where we're working on set pieces now.
Colin Donaghy says how to watch the game for live for free. It's on RTE and Sky Sports, so you should be able to watch it on RTE, depending on where you live. If not, stay with us for the commentary. Gerard, what are your thoughts? Do you think they were or weren't? Do you care? Working on free kicks.
Yeah, I think he kind of pretty much summed it up there as well. And probably sometimes with some of these things as well, I think maybe taking a little bit out of context as we have decent delivery. Oh, off the crossbar. Oh, what a free kick by Cullen though.
Oh, Egan. You are, a couple of seconds ahead of us.
Yeah. we were definitely working on attacking set pieces. There was John Egan who hit the crossbar. He's had an eventful start, but that would have been a dream start if that gone in.
What a header.
That's more like it, Ireland.
Yeah.
Someone
literally just couldn't do any more with that header.
Who whipped that in?
Josh Cullen, I think.
Great free kick.
It was a brilliant free kick. Someone who wouldn't be known for it.
We don't practice them though.
No. if only, yeah, exactly. If only we'd practice that, we'd be 1-0 up now, like so.
Only messing Daz. Daz is a good lad. He runs the Bohemians page on Facebook. He's a good lad.
Is there anyone that we should? Is there anyone that we should be looking out of Hungary, like that we should be worried about?
Their best players are mainly their defenders. Thomas was saying on the opposition preview, and their keeper plays for Leipzig as well.
They have a couple of players in Germany. He was saying, all right, didn't he?
Yeah, I think one's at Freiburg, a winger as well. But you have to be wary of that. But I mean, I think they're quite even, and I think they've played a few teams similar to us as well. So,
yeah, they played Andorra their last game in the qualifying as well, and they won that similar
5-1, was it?
Similar scoreline. So I know Tomas was saying as well that they played more or less their kind of second or third team in their friendly against Cyprus over the weekend. So I imagine they're going to be probably closer to full strength tonight. Like they don't actually play the first Euro game until this day of week, so I'd say they will be trying to get as close as possible to their nearest 11 for tonight for them games.
Matt can't be losing.
I know, yeah.
Duffy actually played a good ball there. He's not known for it. He won it back.
He got it back. Go on.
Jerry, you might pause your thing for like 2 seconds and then
I tell you what, I'm ever going having fast TVs and all that, but unfortunately it's still one of the old Servio TVs when it first came out, and the pause option is not available on the TV, so unfortunately I can't even do that. I should have actually gone on the player tonight, I think, by the looks of things.
No, it's grand.
No, no.
Killian says hi from Waterford. Hi, Killian. Killian Kenny. I'll give you a little shout out on the screen there. Just want to say hi to him.
How are things? He's obviously clearly a Tottenham fan as well.
Yeah.
Definitely one man who'll be definitely glad that the season is going to be over after tonight. So.
Kieran Orr says Galaxy is decent in goal, but other than that, they're pretty unknown. Their star player, who I think has gone to Leipzig, I can't pronounce his name. He's ruled out. I think he's been ruled out since March, and then he was talking about being able to come back in, and then he missed out. And they have huge hopes for him. I imagine he's someone like we probably have hopes for Paris type of thing. But he's missed out, and apparently there was an uproar that he missed out. So lucky for us, even though it's only friendly.
We're sitting very deep.
All Shannon says score predictions. I went for 1-0, Troy Parrott goal. I think if it is going to be a goal, it'll be just the odd goal.
I'm not going to give a score prediction, but I think I'm feeling
in
a win.
The hot seat for.
Bottle job there. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Gary did.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to... Do you know what? I'm going to go for a 1-0 win as well. Set piece. It won't be from open play.
Who's got the barking dog? Oh, good ball. I can hear a little barking dog.
Someone's a dog trying to get on in the background to join the watch along.
Oh, here, all these robots with their stupid links in the comments. Please, if you're watching, don't click any of their links. They're probably trying to scam you or do something to you. So I'm blocking them there. Can you not hear the dog?
I can hear it, yeah.
It's my neighbour.
There's nothing you can do. It's the neighbour's dog.
Oh, good header.
Anyway, over the bar.
Oh.
It's it's 0-0 in the 9th minute. If anyone's joining,
Just
James
as well.
We haven't done too much since the set piece. Oh man,
that was a great ball. It was like it was almost like you across from a winger that ball, but Cullen. The perfect pace on it, All you really need to do is get a little nick on it, like Egan did. So most of the time they go in. James Radcliffe says, "Lads, my TV is on mute. Dying to hear the crowd, but I can't listen to the commentators anymore. Don't even know who is commentating."
Jim Beglin, is it? Is it Jim Beglin?
He's in that.
George Hamilton at the end. Stephen Kelly's usually done the co-commentary the last couple of.
He's not great now. I used to love Ray Houghton and George Hamilton.
Yeah.
They were deadly.
Deadly, like. Just even as well, lads, like how great is it to see a game with full house out as well tonight? It's probably the first time we've watched a football match since February or March of last year with a full stadium. So, like, fingers crossed, this is the way kind of going forward, and we'll see more days like that. As McLean puts it,
go on, McLean, go on.
See that by O'Shea. I like that. We don't have enough of that with our
driving out with the ball.
Yeah, we don't see it enough.
Get up, McLean.
Play on.
No, play on. It wasn't a free.
Poor cross.
McLean jumping for a header.
Egan's back on the ball now in our half. Gives it to Cullen. And he'd probably give it to Duffy. No. Goes forward. In fairness, fair play.
Yeah.
That was, I don't know if you saw that with
Go on,
with Delaney. Damien Delaney.
Go on, McLean.
Good ball.
Get up.
Hit it. Hit it.
Hit it now.
There's nowhere to go there. Dark alley.
Go on, Duffy. Yes, big lad, yeah. Down the line. Duffy recovers well. Well done, Duffy.
Noel says, how great is it to see that crowd? Yeah, it's brilliant. I actually didn't even notice it as much. I don't know why. I just got so used to no crowds. It was weird almost. But Kieran Orr says the commentary team on the Sky feed is Rob Hawthorne and Matt Holland. Excuse me, this is water. Matt Holland is an absolute legend, and I would listen to Matt talk football all day long. He's brilliant.
Yeah, he was on for the Andorra match as well. He seems to be regular now with Sky for Ireland matches.
Yeah, well, I think it's handy for him as well,
Big time, yeah. So, but it seems like as if your comments have woke Ireland up, Dave. You're saying we haven't done much since Egan's header. We had a good passage play there for about 2 or 3 minutes.
Stephen Kenny's aged a lot since he's took over this job, hasn't he?
Oh, big time.
David Walsh says, how far forward Knight is. O'Shea looks so comfortable with the ball. Yeah, Knight's off the ball movement is class as Christopher Scully. It's just nice to see players who get about and actually show some enthusiasm and a bit of quality about us, because we've seen for so long. Egan's lost it there.
Well done, McLean.
Okay. Well done, McLean.
Oh, nice.
Just there throwing our half. Were you going to say something there longer just before I was reading the comments?
Okay. I remember last time when we were on he was offside. I remember last time we were on for the last games against Qatar and that, and we were like, just give Kenny time, give him time, let him get. And I'm hoping now after Andorra, it is shown that he's had now time to get his players in. Not his players, but get players in and work with them a lot more. Like,
Yeah, I don't think you can read too much into the Andorra game because you could see that they just like neither side could play football on that pitch. It was not a good pitch for playing football, so to speak. The way we are now, which I think we're actually doing quite well. Good
Sorry, go
breakaway
on,
by
Para.
Para here.
Go on, Para.
Side.
Good ball. Eyes
What?
offside.
Is he?
That's what we need more of. Someone to just be able to break between the lines and get us up the pitch quickly.
But you said it earlier on about O'Shea stepping out with the ball from defence. That's something we haven't done in I don't know how long. Break the lines.
Do you remember when I was at the game? I might have been Bazuna's first game. I think it might have been on the
Luxembourg.
watch along. Yeah, that was the game. And Kieran
Yeah.
Clark and Darrell O'Shea was the one screaming at him
Step in.
to
with
step into the ball,
Yeah,
and he
remember
never
that.
did. So that's probably what Darrell O'Shea is doing, and he's comfortable, obviously playing from the left because he played left back a bit for West Brom. You know.
But it's annoying as a midfielder or defender of the opposition team because you don't know. Oh, do I go to him or do I stay or what do I do? Like because no one ever expects a centre half to step out with a ball.
Especially as a centre back, yeah.
Yeah. James McLean is turning into a good left back. I'll have to. Enda Stevens comes back fit. He's going to find it hard, and I think Manning's going to find it hard if McLean.
I don't think from a defensive point of view he's great. I mean, look at the goal the other night. I'm sure you've seen Derek putting up. He was the one marking the man. So
yeah, he's holding his hands.
in another game against better opposition, do you know what I mean? And we don't recover from that goal, then it is his fault. Although, on the other hand, he played a part 3 goals, so give him credit. It's not all bad. I just think he's better going forward than he is a defender because naturally he's an attacker. You know,
Attacker.
That's all
But is he playing left wing back for Stoke as well? Is he not?
I think he was playing actual left back in a
Back.
4.
Yeah.
But obviously wing back is. I think with the way we're set up here with Cullen and Howren, I think he has a bit more license to get forward and probably be a bit more free. Same with Matt Doherty on the other side. Although he's been tracking back well so far.
Yeah. No, he has.
That's anyone watching who's new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well, please. If you're watching on YouTube,
Go on, Ida. Hey.
If you're watching on Twitter or Facebook as well, don't forget to drop a follow or a like, please. And like the video if you wouldn't mind. There's 75 people watching. And the majority are all on YouTube. So again, if you're a returning watcher and you haven't subscribed, please do so now. It helps the channel grow.
Mainly 75, is it?
What?
75.
68 now since he said it. But what I like here is now we've got a kind of a good blend and a good mix of youth and experience in that side there tonight. You know, you've got Duffy, Egan, Howrahan, and Doherty as well. I know Doherty's maybe not experienced at the international level, but if you look kind of at his age profile, you've got McLean in there as well, and then you've got Bazunu, Cullen, Parrott, Ida, Nye. You know, it's a really good blend. It couldn't be more perfect, really, if you think about it.
Just hopefully it all clicks.
This is brilliant that like they all came from the under-21s into the and Darrell O'Shea, I forgot, sorry, but you wouldn't actually think he was young because he looks so composed and experienced. Great kick from Bazunu there. Well up.
Like you could argue, say, going well form-wise, injury-free and all that. There's a highly good chance that this team won't be far off the team that takes the pitch against Portugal in September. Maybe Stevens comes back in for McLean in that left wing back or left back, depending on formation. But apart from that, like
where's McLean go then, Jer?
On the bench.
Possibly back to the bench, yeah. Like
he was on the bench. He was on the bench when Stevens was fit anyway.
Yeah, and like you don't see a role from him in that kind of midfield. I think Knight and Cullen have definitely not let the side down since they come in over this tenure of Stephen Kenny in charge. And as you say, like you're probably still going to have maybe an experienced head likes of a Conor Hurahan, possibly someone like maybe a Jeff Hendrick if he could play his way back in form. Jason Malumbi, who we all know is an exciting prospect as well.
Great touch there, but no, I agree with you there, Jerry. I would say you could look at midfield, and if Howrahan's not playing and Malumbi is, he could probably step in there for that position. But overall, as a whole, I think you're probably right. That does look like it actually looks like a good, comfortable side as well.
And a lot will also depend on maybe like how.
Sorry, what a touch by Bazunu there.
Yeah, like a lot could also depend on how these players start next season. Like there's a good chance Malumbi is probably going to be at least getting a loan move, maybe permanently away from Brighton. I can definitely see Conor Hurahan won't be a fixture at Aston Villa next season. So depends on what kind of moves these players get and how they kind of hit the ground running in the first 4 or 5 games of the season.
Yeah. Troy, you can see he's trying to make something happen there. He's unlucky with that passing, to be fair. But you can see he's trying to make things happen. I love him in that number 10 position. I think that's probably his best position. Oh, no.
They touch him. Did he get him?
Because I know it's meant to be like a front two, but he's just kind of playing that almost like shadow striker.
Kenny Cunningham
Vinny is tuning in from Toronto, Canada. How are you doing, Vinny?
Good man, Vinny used to live in Toronto myself.
Great city. Went there on a summer holiday 2 years ago.
Check us out. Axel says, "Hey lads, how you doing, Axel? Is the under-21s kit man and involved with St. Kevin's boys as well." Luke Conway says, "I play for the same team that Jason Knight did." Gavin Teeley, good man yourself. Hopefully you'll go on and play for Ireland someday. Remember the name. Good man, Paul, drinking with the lid on. I hope that dog's barking when Ireland score. I tell you, we're looking good though. Like, I just hope we can, even if we do go a goal down, I'm hoping we don't, but even if we do, I hope that we maintain this level of confidence in the team. There's a bit more of a buzz. I know people are going to go, "Whoa, we're not doing it, we're not creating it," because they just do that anyway. But look, it's again, like we spoke about Kenny having time to work with the players. I think you're starting to see some signs so far anyway in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, and even like I know the stat came up there at 4 attempts to 1, but like none of them attempts from Hungary were anywhere near close. And as you say, like, you know, we're nearly halfway through this first half, and we've looked quite comfortable in this game, and we have had the best chance so far. So yeah, as you said, like definitely signs of progress already from this opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, we just need to.
It's already away. Yeah. Oh, you got away with it. You
Got away with it, yeah.
I think Ida just needs a bit more support, because when he's getting the ball, he's getting smashed from behind every time, and he just seems to be struggling a little bit in terms of just been holding it up. Maybe that's just, you know, sharpness as well, because he hasn't played that much.
That I think we should try now 1 or 2 in behind from let him run onto it, because that could be a better option where it's a strength, a speed. He has a lot of speed, so playing in behind instead of, because Hungary are playing a high line. So if you play one around the corner for him, let him run onto it.
I said that before. He's like Lukaku in many ways, the way he plays. His strengths are when the ball's in front of him, so to speak. Yeah. He's a big lad. And Lukaku's like that as well. When he plays his back to goal, he's not the same player, but when he's running onto things, he's brilliant. Not saying that he's going to go on to be Lukaku, but if he goes on to be half the finisher, Lukaku would be happy.
We'll be alright,
yeah. Someone says, who's on the back of the jersey? Houlihan is. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
I'll end up ripping the computer off. Hang on. Yeah, Wezo on the back. What other comments are coming in? Where would you like to see Park on loan next season? Lads, surely his most important move yet, given his struggle to make an impact last season. He may not have to go on loan at all if he does something in this game, I think. What do you think, Longer?
I think he's at the stage now where he shouldn't be being sent out on loan. He should be signing for a club, permanent, and being given time. I'm just play, because this crap of sending him out on loan, it's a horrible rut. He's not getting comfortable. Like, what happened to him? He went to, was it Ipswich, and then he came to Millwall. Like, it's a lot of messing around. Like, get a club, cement your place, feel at home, start getting your goals and feel comfortable, because that loan stuff is, in my opinion, I think it's, you know, you're only there for a short time, and you know you're only there just to get minutes under the belt. Where if you had a place that you could call home, say, and where you can concentrate on his performance, is a lot better.
McLean needs to be doing better there at that pass. Jay, what do you think about Troy?
I agree with Dave in the sense that, like, I think maybe if he's going to get the breakthrough at Spurs, like, you kind of feel that this season is going to be the season to happen. I know there's talks of Kane and he's on his way out. But I just don't see it happening from Spurs. And I agree with David. Like if the Spurs looking to get or to not having part of his plan next season, just go permanently to another club. Like whether he has to go permanently to a club in League One and build his way up or something else like that. Because as you say, like it just doesn't help when you know you're only going to be here for 6 months and it doesn't give you a chance to kind of get settled in off the pitch and stuff like that. Whereas if you move somewhere permanently, you can get all that kind of feeding in time and there's less pressure on to kind of hit the ground running. Like, but still is only kind of like, I think like in terms of like is an important move and like given his struggles this season and stuff like that, like still have to give him time. Like his first season playing men's football at 18, 19 years of age, it's also going to stand to him like that. You know, we shouldn't kind of be rushing kind of the same time, but I do kind of agree. Maybe I don't think he has a future at Spurs. I don't think Spurs seem that overly concerned about him. That I do think it might be no harm if he was to go in the summer that it's a permanent move as opposed to a loan one.
Yeah.
Do you not think though that if Pochettino comes back into Spurs like he's supposed to be talked about at the minute, and I know a fella who actually is part of Toffee TV was spotted in London last week getting a picture with Pochettino. Although there's Conte, I think if Conte goes there, he should go. But I think if Pochettino comes back, who knows him, I think he could stay and do well.
I think Conte's more or less ruled himself out of the Spurs job, hasn't he?
Who?
Antonio Conte, and he's more or less ruled himself out of it, hasn't he? The talks kind of broke down. Like there still obviously is the Pochettino rumor, but nearly every manager going at the moment still seems to have some sort of link to that Spurs job. So you just don't know what's going to happen there. Like,
yeah, so I think that'll be the situation. Matt Doherty says if he performs well, you know, he could be with a chance at Spurs as well. So I mean, the two of them have a lot to prove when a new manager comes in, and then see right if I don't think I'm going to get a look in here, the manager might not fancy them. Then decide. But I think he should try stick it out at Spurs, and you know, not a lot of our players play at bigger clubs in England. That I think we should see them do.
Oh, good play.
Good touch, either. Go on, play in the middle.
Give it off there.
Yeah. Too many. You might be able to refresh your memory, but did Parra get minutes on that Poch, or was it only on the Mourinho?
No, Mourinho gave him his debut. Do you remember Son?
Yeah.
He scored a hat-trick and he gave him the ball. But he was on the bench, I think, a few times. He travelled with the squad, I think, in Champions League games as well.
That was under Mourinho, though, wasn't it?
No, I think some of it was under Poch.
He
didn't play.
Yeah, he made the bench for Poch's last few matches, and obviously that pre-season, I think he came on against Juventus, didn't he, in one of the International Champions Cups below in Australia or something like that. But yeah, I think he made 3 appearances, I think, in total that time under Mourinho.
Yeah, he swapped jerseys with Ryan Johansson actually at the Bayern game.
That's right, yeah.
These are not much either, Hungary, like.
He's offside, surely.
Yeah, he is,
Yeah.
Sorry guys, keep the comments coming in there. We're just watching the match. Steve Adams says, "Hi lads from Great Yarmouth, England." I hope I said that right. It's Merck says, "Eda's only scored three league goals this season. We need a consistent goal scorer up top, even if it's a championship player." Yeah, but he's injured for a majority of the season and had COVID and other things. So, Mark Badley says, "Hi Paul, it's Mark from Sligo. What do you think about the Egan chance?" Not much to say. It was a good header, and on another day it goes in. So that's all I really have to say about it.
Go on, Eda.
David Walsh says,
"Free. Go on, well done.
Quick free kick. Give it out.
That's what you want.
Too long on it.
Keep the tempo high."
David Walsh says, "Parrots stay at Spurs, 4K out of the club." Mark Bally, who do you think is the most promising talent in this upcoming young Irish team? Who would you look out for? Dave, I'll go to you on that one.
Sorry, what was the question? Who do you think is the most
there.
promising talent in the upcoming young Irish team? Who would you look out for? Jason Knight. I said it before. Is this after obviously the senior setup, not the 21s now? I'd be with Jason Knight. He'd be the one to watch. I really like him. I like the way he plays and the way he approaches games. So I'd say Jason Knight be the one to watch. My opinion, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd agree with Dave there. I think that Darragh O'Shea, another player as well, obviously, despite West Brom struggles in the season gone by, he can still hold his head up high with his first Premier League campaign. Jason Knight, I know, again, a player was with another struggling team in the Championship, but was linked with a couple of Premier League clubs. in the January window gone by. I'm sure there's going to be interest in him this coming window as well, whether he will take the jump to the Premier League or whether it maybe be a high-end championship club. But as I say, like, he's probably the likes along with Darrell O'Shea, Jason Malumbi when he's been in this team. They have been disappointed since they've been given their debut in the Nations League, and obviously kicked on even more with that goal the other night, and hopefully we can see more from him in years to come.
Do you know there was one that he plays in goal, Gavin Bazzoon. I'm really excited to see how he actually goes on.
But you know, but every game he's played, Paulie, he's been great. You know, like, he hasn't let us down.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I'm really looking forward to see how his career blossoms. People are like, oh, he didn't finish the season with Rochdale or whatever. It's like, the manager said he wants to give him a rest because the other keeper hadn't played any minutes or something like that. Brian Barry Murphy, Cheers, mate. And
why'd you make out with my mate?
Because you always bring him up.
Just because he's an Irish connection, that's all.
I'm only messing around. Relax, man.
Best dressed manager in the Football League.
But then I was saying off air to Gerard earlier on, Paul, just before you came on, that Bazunu.
I was just eating my dinner.
He was saying that he wouldn't have signed for Man City unless he thought he was going to be number one.
Yeah.
And I tell you one thing, if I was Pep, I'd be seriously looking at him. Like, there's nothing he can do wrong. He hasn't put a foot wrong so far.
Hey, don't be jinxing the poor lad.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
Well, commentator's course, isn't it? Oh, nice. Go on, Troy.
You make a shot too much. Well, he's been in regular contact with the Man City coach, and he would have been training with Man City had COVID not restricted him, so he would have been doing a couple of days back with City while he was still with Rochdale. So they just couldn't do it this time. But he said he is working on a loan deal between his agent and the club, and the coach, Xavi, I think it's not Xavi from Barcelona. Some lad called Xavi anyway, and they're working on trying to get him a loan deal. So he will be going on loan. That's what he wants to do. He's kind of forcing that himself.
Yeah.
But even from speaking to his agent and stuff like that, he says, like, you know, he's old school in everything he does. So, like, even like, he doesn't want to do, like, he wants to do a podcast with, say, us, but he wants to wait for the time to be right and stuff like that. So he's just got a good head on his shoulders, and he just seems like a great young lad. Like, do you know what I mean? He still loves Shamrock Rovers, still goes to watch them, still watches them on Watch LOI and all. That's what you want. Do you know what I mean?
Did you see
like good lad.
Did you see the picture of him and Alan Manis walking side by side out to the Rovers training? Like, Alan Manis is a big lad, so you can only imagine. Like, I've never seen Bazunu in person, but I've seen Manis in person, and he's a big lad. So I can only imagine how
Still
big Gavin is.
To go as well.
Yeah, what's he? 19, 20? 19?
Yeah.
19, I think.
Like,
but I think that's what's exciting as well, is that so many of these players are that age and they're coming through. And I know Stephen had said it before, like, we will benefit from them getting international matches now, rather than waiting till players are like Josh Cullen, 24, 25, before we bring them in. Anyway, I'll read some more of the comments. It's Merck says, why is Kenny not playing Malumbi? Don't know, man. I'll give him a ring and ask him.
Go on, McLean. Well done, Gavin.
What, Leonard Doherty's Spog? Or, I don't know. He said, what minute is the match? I could sync at the commentary with my TV. 31-39. From the Celtic Warrior or Celtic Warrior, whatever way you want to say it. He says, from the under-21 Mark McGuinness's quality as well. Yeah. Be interested to see if Arteta actually has a look at him. Predictions for the Euros. I'm not even getting into it, lad. We're watching Northern here. What's your opinion? Sligo in the Champions League if they qualify?
Lads, we're watching Ireland here.
Jack, I don't know who. Jack's watching from Toronto as well. Good lad, Jack, and he's having a full-blown conversation about how he played for Dundalk in the 60s with Vinny there, or the other way around. But anyway, I'd say the game's been very evenly matched, and there hasn't been a huge amount of chance. Obviously, we've hit the crossbar for anyone who's just joining. and it's in the 32nd minute there, and it's 0-0.
Oh,
What would you say, lads?
I tell you, Hungary are obviously looks like we're sitting off a little bit more, trying to defend. We're sitting fairly deep. Hungary are getting chances, but they've no end product. Like, many chances have they had? In 4 or 5, and one of them was on target.
Just give it to Egan there, O'Shea.
We need.
Good ball. Never played by O'Shea there. Big crossfield ball again.
But as I said, I think we need to get either in behind. Maybe McLean heard me there at night.
Yeah, our throw. I think it's like looking at this friendly. Is this I suppose a game that I know we shouldn't really be celebrating friendly wins, but if we won this, I think there'd be a massive boost going forward.
Yeah, I think it's a massive boost even just winning last week, Paul. Like,
Well, we had to win that, like, to be honest.
Yeah, I honestly think Stephen Kenny would have been in trouble if. Go on, Colin.
I'd have been gone if we lost that.
Yeah,
Gone, absolutely gone. And you couldn't really say or stick up for him if that was the case, because then that would have shown that the players aren't playing for him. But you saw once we went the goal down, then the players started playing, and Troy, drag back.
Unlucky O'Shea.
But I think the players showed that they were willing to obviously drag the game back, and obviously they wanted to play for the manager.
Yeah, 100%. That's just when I seen the goal after rewatching it that later on that evening, it's just like, oh, here we go.
C-Mac has a good idea for our future watch along. He says, good stream, lads. Could be an idea going forward to have the match clock on screen as some streams might be behind or ahead of you. Good idea. We'll keep that in mind for the next one in September. Which I won't be at the Portugal game because my brother gets married on the 2nd of September. So Gary, no doubt, will be at that, and maybe one of yous.
Never know. Hopefully there'll be less restrictions by then. Fingers crossed, all going well.
My birthday's in September, and so is my dad's. So the two of us are trying to look to get birthday presents for the game.
Howard him with a ball to...
Go on, McLean. Mega.
To no one. That was a good idea, though, to be fair. It's in the 35th minute. We keep telling people what time it is, and they keep on asking. People asking in the comments, did you eat? I was going to say why, but you know what they're going to say, because I thought you were hungry. Ireland's lucky that Puskas isn't playing.
Like, look how dead, like... Alright then, you're making a liar out of me.
I think Eid is going to go off at half time.
He is. Look, now he's holding his leg there. Top of the screen, yeah, he's gone.
I just think he took a knock.
His calf.
Because
he's limping even, yeah.
But for you said it a few minutes ago, Paul, every time the ball's going into him, they're coming through the back of him.
Yeah. And they did there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone,
James Collins better take his chance. Oh, he
just never seems to get a look pulled in. Like, remember someone saying in the comments there earlier,
like, the punch in the ground, look.
He only scored 3 goals this season. Like, I think we're kind of slightly seeing why. Like, he just can never seem to get a consistent run of games. Like,
same thing could be said about Aaron Connolly as well, Gerard, to be fair.
And it's worrying. It's worrying at such a young age. As we talk about players at most are 20, 21, and they're getting consistent kind of injuries at this early stage in their kind of career. It's just, and I don't even think it's a case of overuse or burnout or anything else like that. That's what just makes it
funny because I've never heard of it before, of a young lad being injured. Like, you never heard of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it we say the modern day game changing that all these young lads are injured? I don't know.
Mandreo, is he? I don't think he's in the squad, is he?
He's not. No.
He named the 25-man squad though.
Yeah, see this, like these sort of comments are just silly. Like Dr. Derplington, he says, "Why are Ireland so bad nowadays?" Like, what are you trying to compare them to? Like, are you comparing Ireland to the team under Jack Charlton or the team under Mick McCarthy's first reign? We don't have the same level of players, and it's evident in the clubs that they play for. And any of the players that play in the Premier League don't play regularly for their club, and that's a fact. And then you're looking around, a lot of the players are championship level or lower, and you expect different results of players that are playing in lower leagues than what we had previous. So therefore, they're not at the quality of the players that we've had previous. So I just this silly comments of, oh, we're so bad. We're not actually playing bad at all. Like, I question, like, do you actually watch football or play football to know that? Because
Yeah.
I'm asking you two, are we playing that bad? I don't think we are.
No, I don't think
You
we're.
know?
No, I've seen us playing worse. That's the truth.
Far better than the Andorra first half.
Even from
Oh, great save.
Oh, good save.
what a save, Bazunu.
Well, you
What
definitely
a
didn't put the
save.
commentators on Corsair there, Dave, when he said he hasn't put a
No.
foot wrong, because once again he stood up when needed there, Gavin. Fantastic save. Great reflexes, like just great way he was able to stretch his body and get down to it.
Get rid of Ederson, Pep, and bring in Bazunu.
Should have caught it.
It's the first time he had to do anything.
Should have got it.
First time you had to do anything in 40 minutes as well, like, so it shows it just
I'm only
he's always
joking.
alive and alert, like.
Yeah, I'm only joking, by the way, so don't start going mad.
Oh, off the line.
All right, yeah.
Houraghan,
There's
was
three
it?
of them on the line as well.
Yeah, and then Duffy's put it out again for a corner, so just a little bit of under the caution here. We can kind of just ride the storm now for the next kind of couple of moments, clear this corner. Yeah, Houraghan there.
Don't underestimate the fans. I think Duffy would have covered it anyway. I think don't underestimate the crowd here as well. You know, when Hungary are starting to get a bit on top, the crowd will obviously rally them as well. So
The
our
12th man.
players just need to be wary of that. Right, here's the corner now. Head it away. Well done, Ida.
Well done, Ida, yeah.
Thought he was going off.
Oh, let him have a Cullen. Sit back in.
Kevin Callahan, I think he agrees with me. He says, and some of them aren't even in first team, Paul. We're in transition, pure and simple. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I just this whole thing of battering the players, not realising that a lot of them have just been promoted from under 21s, and I think they've had maybe a season or a season and a half of first team football for the first time this season. Killian says, "Can I have a shout out?" There's your shout out, son. And then your man who said that why are we so bad? He says it's just that Ireland used to beat the big teams and do well in international competitions. Maybe they will bounce back one day. The last time we started beating teams or doing well against teams was 2002 when the World Cup. If you want to really put us in an actual game where we were really competitive against a top level team like say Germany, I don't know, we didn't win that game, but Germany and Spain we probably should have beaten as well, and we were actually the better side and we were able to put it up to teams. But since then, if you look at our bigger results, we've always just kind of smashed and grabbed against teams. That's all we're going to be going forward, I think.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all we're going to be going forward.
Yeah.
And people need to start realising that, the days of, having the players like we used to in 1990, a lot of those players were, I would say, tapped up by Jack Charlton, and he took a lot of players that could play for Ireland through their granny rule, whereas I don't think Stephen Kenny's really that interested in doing that. I think that's why he's
good
kind of
cross. Just no one there, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Great cross, yeah.
What a ball by McLean.
Who was
He's
that
put a
coming
couple
in?
Straight across the box and no one there.
He's put a couple of good deliveries in tonight, McLean, in fairness.
Get up.
Well claimed keeper.
Yeah, he is, Jerry. Yeah, you're dead right.
I think it was just the wrong side of Shane Duffy there.
He was
The one man you'd want.
He was reaching back for her, wasn't he?
I'd love to see him get a goal for his confidence.
Yeah, it'd be nice for him to post what has been a terrible season behind him. Just even on him, what is kind of the talks, any kind of rumours circulating around in terms of a next move? And I know there was whispers maybe of Nottingham Forest because of the Chris Hughton connection, but like I probably don't see him being part of Graham Potter's plans going forward. So I do think it will be a permanent move from Brighton this summer, surely.
Well, Graham Potter might become the next Everton manager the way talks are going at the minute, so you just never know. I think it's going to be a lot of stuff happening in the summer as well. But it's believed that Leicester and Arsenal and Burnley are all tracking Nathan Collins as well. So you never know what could happen over the course of pre-season. So let's just see how that plays out, because otherwise we're literally just purely speculating.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard any rumours so far, but he looked to be quite happy back at Brighton there when he came back there a couple of weeks ago.
Free kick, lovely play. Well done, Troy. Yeah, Troy's done well again tonight, I think, in fairness, him so far.
I thought he's been fairly quiet the last few minutes. The last 10, 15 minutes, hasn't done much.
Give him credit. It's the second free kick he's won. Remember, he had that kind of good run out of defence. I know, unfortunately, he put the pass into Adam Eden in an offside position, but I think we haven't exactly had much of the ball in their opposition half. He's kind of lived, I wouldn't say off scraps, but he's lived off limited possession, I think, quite well. Hourhan now, he'd be confident in his position, a good delivery.
Why is he taking the ball from there? Surely it was a bit closer, no?
I don't understand outswinging free kicks. Now, man, Barry, obviously, he's an expert in it, but I always thought in swinging free kicks, put the ball in on top of the keeper. So look, probably make a ball.
Oh, not
again, man.
Yeah.
What a ball.
Doherty should be.
What
if he was in a Wolves jersey, he would have attacked it.
They look straight to him.
Oh, but they didn't practice free kicks.
What a ball.
Fair play to Howard, and I suppose he's answered his critics a little bit from the other night. Damien Delaney. It's gas when you get pundits like, I suppose, Damien Delaney and these types of people. Sadly, well, you could say whatever, because sadly he was injured. He missed a large part of his career, but they're quick to say all these things about the players now. In the large part, Damien Delaney didn't have a great career. He was at Palace and was a fairly average player. Never really played that much for Ireland, and he's just been giving the players stick.
That's why I always say with the panel that we have of pundits, you just can't listen to them. At least if it's like...
If it was Robbie Keane and Damien Duff, fair enough.
Yeah, 100%. Even for the... Look at the lineup for BBC, for the punditry. Alan Shearer, Ian Roy Keane, Ashley Cole.
I think he's ITV, is it not?
Oh, sorry, ITV. What did I say? BBC, did he?
Yeah.
ITV, yeah.
It's mad that they don't try more to get Keane on, because he's blockbuster.
Half time.
Even the likes of Match Today, they still have what you kind of class as very poor pundits. The likes of, I know you can say probably a decent career, the likes of Danny Murphy, Jermaine Genius, you can't listen some half time. They just come up with absolutely statements they don't even think through. Even
Genius,
Mika Richards on Sky Sports, I just cannot listen to him because he just he's a bit of a character, but he's clueless, I think, when it comes to top of football.
100% agree with you on that. I think he's there just for the character. He's not
there for something different to kind of band. I remember last season, or two seasons ago, we want to call it this stage, but when Aston Villa stayed up in the final day of the season, he was in the studio kind of cherishing it, because I was a former Aston Villa player. I'm like, you were a troublemaker at Aston Villa. You never kicked the ball from the last 2 seasons, and the fans hate you, and then you're trying to bask in their glory.
Who's that, sorry?
Richards.
Mika Richards.
I like him.
Probably, yeah. Would you like him as a pundit though? He doesn't. His thought process before he says something. It's
Well, and for some I do. To be fair, I actually I know you are giving him a stick or whatever, but I listened to him on Jamie Carragher's podcast, and he is actually only starting out as a pundit, and he feels like he's trying to learn his way through it or whatever, and people just kind of just know him for his laugh and don't actually listen to his views. I think some of his views have been good. I think he's very funny, and I love the dynamic of him and Keane. And
Yeah.
I'm actually intrigued to see that video, the two of them going to, I think it's the road to Wembley or something.
Did you watch
like
the
that.
first episode? No.
Oh, it's out, is it? I haven't seen it, no.
Yeah, it's
I'll
on
watch it later, maybe.
It's 8 minutes long. It's actually very good.
It's only 8 minutes. I'd rather see
Yeah.
like I saw
no,
an
well,
ad for it.
There's 8 minutes and then I think it's like 6 episodes of it. But they're only releasing an episode a week.
Oh, you know, you'd better off wait till the end of the 6th week and watch it all in one then. So
Yeah.
I do that all the time with like series, and then I got like
Yeah.
you get that empty feeling when it's off. It's like, oh shit, what do I watch now?
yeah, I would have been the same way with the Sunderland to the Die ones and the All or Nothing ones as well on Amazon Prime. Like just wait to the end and just binge watch it all together, kind of like.
Yeah, I watched all them All or Nothings. I think the Brazil one was the best.
I've only
It's really
seen,
good.
Yeah, I've only seen the City one and the Spurs one though, so I can't comment on the rest of them.
No, the Brazil one's very good. Well, Mourinho walking up to Dele Alli, you're lazy. On the training ground, calling him lazy.
Seems to be proven right though, going by his performances over the last couple of months.
And here wasn't it funny when he says it, and Mourinho was just like, "Oh, Alex Ferguson told me to sign Dele Alli when I became Manchester United boss." He was like "No."
It's mad when you think back to the World Cup 3 years ago. He was one of the mainstays of the England team in midfield, and like there wasn't even a sniff of him making in the conversation to make the squad this time around. Like, and you think back then as a 22-year-old, by the time the Euros comes around, like, initially he was going to be 24, thinking he's just going to be carrying that team, and like look where he is now. Like, now he's still so young. If he can kind of maybe get himself right or get a move or something else, a fresh start, he could still definitely go on to have a say in England career. But it's just mad when you think back to like that and not even being involved this time around.
It's crazy, all right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just updating Instagram with the score.
But like overall, like David was kind of saying, it was a decent enough like first half, and like from an Hungary kind of point of view, you're looking at them there and thinking like you'd be kind of surprised to think how they're at the Euros, and you're thinking if you're a Germany, France, or Portugal fan watching that tonight, you're thinking we'll have no problem getting over a group because we'll get 3 points against them, no problem. But like considering we're meant to be the underdog here, we're kind of quite holding our own. Like I said, we had that chance to Regan, we had a couple of good crosses towards the end of the half. Fair enough. Bazunu had to make a very, very good save. But as Paul kind of said, like when you're the away team, you have 10,000 fans shouting against you. You're going to have moments. You're going to be a little bit under the caution. We dealt with that, got through. And I would say going to the dressing room at half time, it's a good place, the Irish dressing room at the moment.
Well, yeah, I think, as you said, it was Germany. Who was in the group? Germany,
France and Portugal.
Yeah, I say they're licking their lips.
Yeah.
Watching Hungary there now. It'd be interesting. From a supporter point of view, I'm delighted we haven't conceded. We've defended fairly well, but up top, it just seems we've never ever done that. And since Robbie Keane has left, I know it's horrible to say, but we've just nothing there to rely on. Like everything's going into either's feet. He's either losing it or he's being fouled. It'd be interesting. I'll say he'll make two changes now at half time. I'd say take off Ida, which Paul said earlier on. Who would you bring on? Collins as a target man, bigger and stronger. Get everybody up around him.
Front really, unless he brings Jamie McGrath to be that link-up player. But you've got Knight being that link-up player there, so it doesn't really make sense to bring on anyone but a striker.
But I say 2 subs. I'd say it'd be only 1 because my opinion is no one's put a foot wrong. Everyone's playing, like everyone's doing what they're probably asked to be done. No one has made any big mistakes. Just with Ida. I know it sounds like I'm picking on him, but I'm actually not. It's just it's the honest truth.
So I let that comment up there while I was doing that, and none of you answered them. So Energize show the lads. Ross and Barry said, "What station is the Keen Mika duck on, lads?"
It's on. If you're on Twitter, it's on the actual Sky Sports Twitter account.
So there must be more then. There must be more than just that 8 minutes.
No, it's just a
full episode.
No, it's full 8, and they says tune in next week for episode 2 at the end of
it. When it says the road to Wembley, like, are they going to like one of the recent games in Wembley, or what is it?
Yeah, the England game. I don't know which England game they went to, but
and he had the English flags now.
Yeah, yeah.
Take those flags off.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised. he's going to be with ITV's coverage for the Euros, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he's
he
one-
always puts England in their place. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But he actually says it in the episode. He actually does say about I shouldn't really be doing this because I'd be with ITV. But I'm very surprised that he agreed to it because it just doesn't seem something like that Roy Keane would be into, you know, the kind of way. Like,
Same with Instagram.
yeah.
This
Well, I'd
is
say
He's a changed man. Richards has just brought a different side out of him.
I don't know. I say it's his solicitor or financial advisor said to him, "Here, listen, there's money to be made.
Oh, yeah.
You need to get up at the time. Stop being so old fashioned." That's just
Yeah.
a wild guess.
So the amount of stuff he could, you know, he got like 1 million followers in like 2 days or something.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that was sick,
He-
wasn't
And followed nobody back.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
I'd say he just has someone running it for him.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like most of them anyway. Like most of the footballers, someone haven't run their accounts. It's a full-time job.
I used to run Wes as well
Did
a
you?
few years ago, yeah.
Good crack.
Not really, no.
No.
When he wasn't playing for West Brom, trying to find content was hard. Sean Kyo says, hang on now. Get your act together. No way was that a good first half. We have Prem and Championship players and they have like 2 players in the top league.
What does he mean?
what-
What does he mean by they've only 2 players in like in a top league? Like, I just
We've
don't.
won.
I don't get that comment
We've
at
won.
all in any.
I don't know, but we've one player in Matt Doherty who plays in the top league, I'm pretty sure, in that lineup, and he doesn't start.
Yeah.
So, good lad, Sean. Kieran says, I expect Hungary to have a stinker at the Euros.
Yeah.
Celtic Warriors a good point there. He says it's because the Premier League has gone international, so less chance for Irish players. So basically, clubs can just go buy players from all over the world now and have scouts all over the world. So it makes it obviously a lot harder for players coming from Ireland or Scotland or Wales or whatever to break into English academies.
Just with your man there that said that about get your act together. Like it's progression. If you look back on previous performance, it's progression. Like it's all about stepping stone. Know what I mean? Trust the process, and I can see it happening. I can see it happening.
Be
I said on the
interested to see Go on.
I said, as I said on the last watch along, so we done for the last Ireland games with Qatar and Luxembourg, I was adamant to stick by him, just watch it happen.
Yeah, well, I wonder if your man's kicked the ball in his life, but anyway. Fair play. No, I'm not going to read that. Controversy.
Go on, put it out there. For refusing the shame. They still.
I support the players for doing it. So anyone who boos it,
But
it's not for me.
if you had the volume up, Paul, they were seeing it. They were pointing to the respect sign on their arm. If they say like that they agree with the fight against racism, but they just. I think I know we're going off topic here, but I think QPR released a statement not so long ago saying the reason why they're not taking the knee, more or less on the lines that saying like it's played its part now, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. It just seems to be making it worse because racism comments have been a lot more now since they started highlighting it, where beforehand it wasn't as common.
Maybe so. But
And I actually think the owner of QPR is a coloured lad,
Parish, no.
or the manager. What's the manager's
Was it
name?
not QPR?
Yeah, that's who. I'm one of it. Who did I say?
I think he said Crystal Palace.
No, I think you said QPR. Yeah.
Yeah, I did say QPR.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, Les Ferdinand, was it?
Yeah.
He came
Well,
out and said something about it.
Yeah, he released a big statement to say why, and he says, I'm coloured. He says, and this I don't want my players taking a knee because it's played its part now.
Yeah, I think Zaha had actually said it as well for Palace too.
Yeah, he
He
doesn't
said
take the
it
knee
wasn't-
anymore.
Yeah, but anyway, look, let's move on from that anyway. It's
Yeah.
pointless. Michael Marnie says bring on Gary Spain. He's at the match. He said the Wi-Fi isn't that good, so he's not going to jump on. He was expected to jump on at half time.
Is he doing live updates?
Yeah.
So would you take off Ida and bring on Collins then?
Well, it depends on whether he's injured. If he's not injured, I'd keep Ida on because he has the pace to get in behind. Collins doesn't. Collins would be better from a target man point of view to maybe then let Troy run in behind. So, yeah, there's an interesting dynamic there. What would you choose?
I would. If he's not injured, I'd give him 10, 15, 20 max minutes and utilise that space. Because as I'm watching it here, Hungary are playing such a high line. It's like they don't even have to find his feet. They just have to put it into the general area in between the full back and centre half. Just play it in that channel and let Ida run onto it, and we go from there. Because I think that's where we're only going to get an open play goal from. But I did say 1-0 a set piece. Anyway, but
You weren't far off with Egan. Ger, would you make any subs there before we move on to Dermot Farrell's comment there?
No, I'd be happy enough to kind of keep it going. See how it goes the first 10 or 15 minutes. Look, it's a friendly at the end of the season. Players are going to be running in and out towards the end. Like I said, look, we're holding our own. We're doing okay. Give it 10 or 15 minutes. If things maybe are a little bit kind of stable, a little bit flat, lads are kind of tiring a little bit. I don't know what the weather's like over there. It does seem quite warm, so players might become a little bit fatigued. But no, I think everything's all right. Obviously, the only thing is if it looked like Ida was able to run off that knock he picked up, so hopefully it should be grand to continue for the second half. Like,
sorry, just with Dermot's comment there, like, of England.
Yeah, go ahead. You can just read it out there, will you? While you're talking about
Irish youth players should take a leaf from the book of England youth and migrate to nations further afield, such as Germany, and make their name there. Huge chance for development. Like what? Who's here? There's only Sancho and Bellingham that went. That I know.
Reece Nelson from Arsenal went there as well, but you can't exactly say he's really established himself after that move. Like,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on that one now.
John Joe Kenny went there as well, on loan from Everton. He went to, was it Leipzig for a year? But again, you can't exactly say.
Schalke.
Or Schalke. Or it was Lookman that went to Leipzig, wasn't it? Yeah.
So I didn't know.
Loads of them that have done well, like Bellingham, Sancho, and the ones that you've mentioned there as well. But other players that have gone to other leagues probably have struggled. So I think Germany seems to be the one that most players, and we do have one actually over there at the moment, in Dan Rose, who's obviously just gone to Schalke from Everton.
And Conor Noss.
Yeah, but he's been living in Germany. What I mean is just players going over and trying to develop there. Excuse me. And the other lad, Garcia McNulty, I think he was in Spain and he went to Wolfsburg. I don't know he's linked with Marseille now, so he seems to be a good player. The young defender.
So it looks like Kelleher's coming on.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, Queevin. Gavin didn't let himself down again.
Jeez, there's us talking about a parrot coming off. We never even thought about Queevin.
But someone had said, I think Dan McDonald tweeted it earlier that they play a half each, or someone.
Yeah, no, Stephen said it in the pre-match. He says Kelleher will be getting minutes.
Good. It'd be interesting to see how he gets on now. And Varga has just gone off, and Varga has just come on for Hungary. Sorry, yeah, but to go back to Dermot's point, yeah, I think we've done a couple of videos on this in the past and said that, you know, these players do need to go and look further afield than just England. So hopefully with Brexit we'll start seeing that.
Yeah, seeing like even the time when Jack Byrne, when he was only 20, 21 at the time, when he went to Holland, like he was a revelation over there, which would be similar playing style to the German league, as in like it'd be, you know, less kind of physical teams, a little bit more open, expansive for players to go out and express themselves. Like that's what, if you watch the Bundesliga, I watch a good bit of it. Like it's just such an open league. Like every game seems to have like an average of about 4 goals. Like it's just far kind of less kind of physical teams trying to bully.
Get a corner. Oh, sorry, Gerard.
Sorry, Gerard. Go on.
No, it's just kind of more or less finishing up on my point there. Just that, like, it is as you're kind of saying, it is a good chance for players to express themselves and to develop, because it seems to be a different kind of style of play to the Premier League by all teams collectively in that league.
Yeah, See this like being on these things, and then we always talk over each other. I can't wait till we're actually in person and being able to do them, and then it'll be much easier. Um, although we probably be
You
at the games.
you must know Dermot, do you, Paul?
I do, yeah. No, I was
Just saying that.
and he's saying about Paul Connolly. Paul used to play for Shamrock Rovers, actually. Speaking of Shamrock Rovers, they just appointed a new CEO. I just got an
Yeah,
email
seen
there.
it coming through there in the email. Dennis, is it?
I didn't look too much into it. Dennis something, yeah. I'll tell you now, if you want. Dennis the Menace.
The Menace.
Donahue.
Yeah.
Dennis Donahue.
DD.
Yeah. Did what was I
Here's
gonna
a
say?
good
You applied
question.
for. Does it count as a clean sheet if you didn't concede before you?
I'm gonna say yeah.
I'm gonna say no because it's a team game.
Well, he kept a clean sheet in his minutes that he played.
We'll put it this way: if this was fancy football, Gavin Bazunu wouldn't be getting the 4 points for a clean sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
But do you get points for a clean sheet?
Yeah, if you play 60 minutes, regardless of then how your team does, and say on fancy football, like so.
Not in a friendly though.
I know what I'm saying, but just saying if this is fancy football
Oh, great header,
situation.
Duffy.
All right, Jerry.
Just explain the situation, Paul.
No, I'd agree with you. It's
Thank
I
you,
wouldn't-
David.
Not in fancy football terms, but like
2 bricks.
in terms of it's a team game. Like as a footballer, you have little small goals for yourself that you want to reach, and as a goalkeeper and a defender would want to be keeping a clean sheet. But if you get subbed off, and at the end of the day, nice. At the end of the day, it's you all concede the goal.
Yeah. Oh, look, I was only half joking anyway. But I would like to say that Bazunu done himself absolutely no harm. Probably keep his place, I'd say, unless he's not playing at club level.
He's
I
number
think he'd
one
probably
come
keep his-
September, Paul.
If he's still playing at club level, I think he will be. Yeah, his next move has to be one where he plays a lot, even if it's for a shit team who are busy a lot. Do you know what I mean? Because at least he's active and whatever. I don't think that makes him shit playing for a shit team. I actually think that makes him look better because he makes more saves, you know. Just the comments there. You lot, Jack Hawkins. I don't know why he's saying you lot. He says need Robbie and Roy Keane back. Only way they'll ever win a game.
I take it he's not Irish.
Well, we won one the other day, but anyway. Irish players, Carl says Irish players should go to the place that suits them. If it suits them to go to Germany, go to Germany. If England, go there, etc. 2 players actually today from Shamrock Rovers.
You're saying that the 2 young lads
Sam Curtis and Justin
to
Farzad.
Roma. Was it Roma that they went to?
Yeah, just they've been invited to a week's trial.
Yeah.
Give it to McLean. Give it to McLean. You done it. Well done. You won the foul.
Yeah,
It
take
was
it.
on fourth time though, boys.
I think McLean was off though.
As soon as you
it's
pick the
night,
ball
is
up,
it? That's part, sorry. But I love that about our younger players. Like, see the way Knight showed the battle to win the ball, and then Troy won the foul to just take the bit of pressure off.
go on, give it to
Big
McLean.
Dog says who's dominating possession. I'm not sure. Whoa.
Second half now has been 50-50, I'll say.
People are calling for Ogbene and Omar Bamidele both to be brought on at some point. I'd like to see them. I'd like us to take the lead and then maybe bring them on. Maybe not Omar Bamidele, but we just lost possession.
O'Shea gave it.
Win it
Who
back.
ran a
Well
shot
done,
pass?
Egan.
Nice, well done, Egan, cleaning up.
It's interesting that he made him captain over Duffy because obviously he's had Duffy as captain before. I'm not saying that there's a rift or anything like that. I just thought it was interesting that he's made Egan now as captain. Obviously, Seamus would be first choice when he's in the squad.
How long will his injury? What did they say? 4 to 6 weeks.
Seamus?
Yeah.
He'd be resting until he comes back for pre-season, and then I'd say he'd be right in. And whoever the new Everton manager is, be interested to see how he takes them, like all the other managers have.
He could, I think he has that personality, Paul, that he'd get along with. He'd get along with a wall, for God's sake. It's just that's why he's club captain. That's why he's been there for so long, and he has that presence and personality about him.
What I love about Coleman is, when a new player joins the club or whatever, he's the first one to ring them and stuff like that and welcome them, which is massive. Like, even the foreign lads helps them find the gaff and all that type of stuff. Like, that's huge for a player to go out his way and do that. Right, we're in the 51st minute and it's still 0-0. Goal kick. Kelleher's came on for Bazunu. There's just a half-time swap. There was no issues with Bazunu, I don't think. But I think Stephen Kenny said before the game,
Pre-match,
David said there that he was just going to give him minutes anyway, so it makes sense. Half each. Travers is probably kicking himself after the Serbia game. Oh, win it back.
See, the small things like that makes a difference between us and other countries.
Which?
Like, should be taking a touch there.
Oh, free out, high foot, no?
He put his head down.
And that's too far.
Get up.
And let's get on it, Troy. Get up the pitch.
Now, this where Ida should be looking to run the channel then. Get over and help Troy out.
There's no one giving him an
Far
option.
side.
Well done, Troy.
He went it back. Oh, he's getting lifted out of a constant.
Play on.
That drives
Well
the
again.
ball.
That's the ball.
But this is the problem. We need more players making runs into the box. I think he was aiming into one player there. McLean.
Yeah. Oh. Go away. Do you give a free?
Aaron Lowry says,
Yeah.
we need to do more development into our own league than relying on the English system to bring through our youth players. Too many young lads get lost in the shuffle when they go to England now. I think a lot more are coming back and actually making a decent career in the League of Ireland now, and it's becoming a bit more of a development league as well. So if players do come back from England, they do have a chance to maybe have a couple of good years, like Jack Byrne, for example, to come back, and maybe Dan Mandreo as well, who was at Brighton and came back. They've kind of reignited their careers as well. Ball by Howard was terrible, doesn't beat the first man.
Okay.
McLean. Sorry, but yeah, I definitely think that the problem we have in our league is the investment in facilities. I mean, I think we've spoken about it before, but if you look past probably just the only stadium that is probably up to standard is Tala. And if you look at I don't know, Waterford might be, you can tell me if not, Gerard, but like the facilities and the toilets and everything in every other stadium it's not pleasant, especially if we're bringing kids and that to games. How do you expect them to want to go back when the Jacks is filthy? It's filthy in Richmond, it's filthy in Talca, it's filthy in pretty much all of them. Daily Mount's basically a pub as well. So that's what they need to invest in, is facilities and obviously toilets and stuff like that. Not that that's going to make anything easy.
Well done, Kelleher.
Oh, nice.
Not that that's going to make players play better or whatever, but they just need an overhaul in facilities across every stadium and maybe training grounds as well.
But I agree with you, because if you see nice grounds as a kid, you're like, I'd love to play here. I want to go. I want to sign for Shells. I want to sign for Pats or Balls when I'm a little bit older, because I want to play here, because it's I agree. It's
break on here.
Go on, Josh.
Go on.
Judging by your voice there, Jared, nothing's came of it. No.
Great tackle.
Yeah.
Great tackle.
What did he win? Does he
Good
dive?
defend.
That's it. Put yourself about, Josh. Good lad. What? How? I'm just
How's
confused about
that?
that.
How's that a hungry ball?
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Is that Collins and
Horgan.
Horgan?
Horgan, yeah. Who's he
Malumbi.
taking off?
I'm
Is
Malumbi
it?
in midfield. Good. Bit more energy in there. So Troy's coming off.
I wouldn't.
Horgan.
Troy's at the start of the second half fairly well. And
Yeah, probably a
thought-
decent first half as well.
Maybe it's the fact that he's getting kicked up and down the pitch. They're worried about
Maybe,
getting
yeah.
injured.
But Eda's
It's the
getting
only-
kicked up and down the pitch.
That's the only thing I could think of to take him off. I thought he's done quite well. He's probably been our better player.
I like Daryl. I've a lot of time as a fan
He always
for Horgan.
brings something to the party when he plays for Ireland. I think, in fairness to Horgan, like I know you might question, he's playing with Wickham, they got relegated from Championship, but in fairness, when he does for Ireland, he always makes an impact and always gets himself involved in the game. And like they got the goal the other night, so hopefully he'll have the magic touch again.
Alex Cretu says, I want Jamie McGrath. Wouldn't be a bad shoot. But I want to see how Malumbi gets on now in this game and maybe he can provide a bit of a spark. Stephen looks very determined there to get this win. Evil Dermot says, the match is a bit stale, boys. Do you think? It's kind of getting a little bit at the minute. Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more energy about us, but we have to remember it's an end of season friendly as well.
Yeah. They love a foul hungry, don't they? Like
Daryl Duff Horgan.
Maybe they're preparing themselves when they're playing their group matches because they know they're going to be trying to stop play a lot, I'd say, in them games.
yeah.
Come on, now carry the ball. Why are you stopping? Try bring it forward.
Oh, well done, Horgan.
Look,
Oh, go on!
Look, told you, look, ball in behind.
Oh.
Why hasn't great tackle. See what I mean? That's the ball that should be in for Ida.
Kieran Orr says, in terms of LOI point of view, Kenny being a success would be good for the league. It would, but we have to stop getting carried away. Oh, it'd be great for the league. We want it to be good for Irish football as a whole. So yes, we want it to be good for the league. We want it to be good for Stephen Kenny. And we want it to be good for Irish football. But the problem that we have is so many people live off this Premier League thing, and a lot of them support probably you would say top 4 clubs or whatever way, the Super League clubs. And they're used to seeing their players being brought in, top class players. And then when they see players
Well
playing
done,
for
Malumbi. Sorry, Paul. Great tackle by Malumbi there.
when they see players playing for Ireland, then they're like, oh, these are shit. Because they're a drop off in standard. It is, because we went through it earlier on. The players that are playing for us would not get a game for those, say, Super League clubs. And I can say that because Matt Doherty doesn't get a look in at Spurs. And he might do next season under a different manager, who knows. But overall, if you kind of look at it, and I think that's the problem. And I think we really missed an opportunity in the 90s and 90s to really start promoting the league and, getting a good TV deal. And then the Premier League took over, and that's why it's the most watched league in the world. Proper marketing.
Or if we just didn't have John Delaney in charge, it would have been alright.
Well, I don't know, because, what have they done since he's left as well? I know they haven't got a washer, but even still, like, RT won't even show any games. They're supposed to be the national broadcaster.
They've even dropped a highlight show. You could even say they've actually regressed since Delaney's time, you could say.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go onto Twitter to watch highlights now, like, which isn't good enough, like.
No, and I'm sure, and I know there's people out there like Paul Mladenjovic who's offered to do stuff and it's just been totally ignored. For free, by the way. So, you try to do something and just people powers of be just don't really want to stop. Like, I know for a fact that RTE could do a YouTube show, because they have a YouTube channel, and they could get someone on. And it wouldn't
or
have to
put on the
cost that
RT
much.
player or something, like.
But I know people that have offered the free service for League of Ireland to promote it. And have been shut down by the FEI and says no. And it's like, we're offering free service, like I'll clip the games of highlights. I'll actually give them for you. You just credit us.
Good tackle.
Great block, O'Shea. Was O'Shea or Egan?
I think it was
I think it was Egan.
Oh, it was Egan, the yellow band. Sorry. Yeah, go on
And the FEI have just shut them down. Like, just said, no, not happening. Even though they're willing to help progress the league.
Do you think maybe, like...
Sure, we never got any help in anything we did, either.
Do you think even maybe look away from RT? Like, I look at someone like Virgin Media. They've now lost their Champions League rights, so they have a void to fill there with football content. It's like something like them. I know that night we were up in Dundalk before COVID. Niall Quinn was saying that when he was involved every time, he was into talks about getting Virgin Media Board. Now, that's over 12 months, nothing has happened, but there's possibly a route to kind of look down as well. Like, it doesn't always maybe necessarily have to be RT. Maybe, I know it's a long time ago, but TG Carter used to show matches. Maybe something there, like.
Do you think the thing died with the Virgin stuff when he left the FAI, or?
It appears to be that way, like as you say, like we're on about like John Delaney and stuff like that, but again, that's also like turned into a bit of an empty promise. It's not like as if he kept that a secret. Like he announced that to a room full of a couple of hundred people with all the press people from Ireland there that night, and 14, 15 months later, still not has happened. Now maybe the fact, as I said, they've lost their European football rights, that they might go start looking into it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Get on to Will.
Well, Will was saying something about they're expecting something to be announced soon. I don't know what it is, football wise, because they lost the Champions League. So I'm waiting to hear what that is, because he said it was going to be a few months' time.
Oh no.
Oh, well done, Kelleher.
Well done,
All right,
Kelleher.
settle it down there, lads. Still, I know they've had a couple of chances like that where they've kind of got in behind, but they've done nothing with it. Like, we haven't looked really in danger.
He kind of got lucky there as well.
Yeah,
The
McLean
tackle,
went
actually.
the wrong way because he thought. Keep the comments coming in, guys, as well. If you're new to the channel, subscribe as well. We'll have more content after this. We'll have our player
well
ratings.
done.
Oh, well done, Malumbi.
Now play him. Oh.
Well done, Malumbi. Well done. Won the foul. There was nothing really else on there, man. It wasn't like
The
Collins was
ball.
going to
Yeah.
get him behind.
Like he's done well to win the free kick. Like
Collins would never have. Oh, here's their goalkeeper being swapped out. Galachi. Is it Galaxy or Galachi?
oh, my old friend is coming on now.
Who's it? Oh,
Oh,
Bogdan.
Bogdan.
He has a mistake in him, so it could be hope here for us.
Queven Kelleher shoots and scores.
Yeah.
And Nego is coming on for Hungary. And Klein Heisler is going off. Nego. I think that's how you say it.
Another free kick.
Oh, who's that? Who won it that time?
Nice.
Good lad. I love Knight, the way he puts himself about and says pushing people, shoving people. Doesn't give a bollocks.
Looks like Cullen again.
Yeah, Duffy's after having a word with him there. Hopefully,
Yeah.
that's 63 minutes played so far. If anyone joining us, we're on 63-24 right now on the clock. Well, I am now. 25, 26, 27. Time's ticking. Come on. So Josh Cullen's only got a free kick in a good, dangerous area. And we didn't know he took free kicks, but here we go. Good ball in. No,
I
it's
think
not.
we might know why. No.
I don't think the players held their run there, because Duffy doesn't look too happy with the other players that were there.
I think Gary's the only away supporter there, is he?
No, I heard there was a few that went over
All right.
from the
He'd be the only
Ballybacks
Irish.
Eagles.
He'd be the only Irish press as such there. None of the journalists would be over there.
Ah, got lucky. Come on, get us up now.
He's not going to any of the Euros matches, is he, Gary?
I don't think so anymore, but you never know. Gary's mad.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's been at all the World Cups and all.
Yeah, all the Euros, but even when we're not there, like I think the only one, I don't think he went to Brazil in 2014, but I think apart from that, he's been at nearly every other major tournament.
Everybody just loves Gary Spain. If you don't love Gary Spain, there's something wrong with you.
Oh, it's a corner flag. He kicks it in. Kick the ball, Malumbi.
There's nothing else he could have really.
Yeah.
He obviously didn't mean to kick the corner.
No, I'm just slagging.
Thought he was going to get your man in some sort of UFC grapple there. There's a lad keeps on asking in the comments, why is the League of Ireland played this summer? I'll give you one reason. What's the weather like?
Yeah. Why don't you do it with amateur football?
I think they've tried. Not men's, but the younger thing, and then they kind of just refused it.
Well,
I think last year.
don't they play summer football for reasons being that they don't have to use the floodlights as much, which
But they
means
still
less.
have them on. Even the games now, like they still always have floodlights on. Even games are at 5 o'clock in the evening. Like it could be pitch
But
bright. Like
I'd say it's just down to the weather, man. To be honest.
I'd say it's a lot probably to avoid clashing with a major overlap with the Premier League.
Yeah, maybe, but like if you look at it, like usually at the start of the season, there's always games postponed because of weather and stuff. So could you imagine it in the winter?
come on, something little bit of.
Ronan Tilly isn't happy. He says Hungary 9-1 up in shots on target. We still look putrid.
Look at this, like he turned like a bleed bus on the ball.
Do you think we're tiring up now? Gotta remember as well, as I said it earlier, we are on the it's an end of season friendly. Players are gonna be tired after a long season as well.
And you have to remember as well, one season rolled into another as well. So it's been non-stop for the last 12 months for these players as well. Like so.
I know, but you have basic standards, lads. Like he either takes the ball down there and he's turning like a bus.
No, I'm saying to the comment there. I'm not saying it about.
Oh, sorry.
It's that comment there.
Hungry 9 shots.
But like,
score
Hungary are the team going to the Euros. You can't exactly say they look like they're dictating the game. They look very, very sluggish themselves. You wouldn't think that. Oh, here's a chance.
No, it's nil all.
Go, Knight.
Oh, good strike.
Oh, it's decent. Oh, they're 9-2 in shots now, is it?
But like, what was your man's name that put that comment? Like, stats don't win you games.
Ronan Tilly.
Rowan, stats don't win games. It's
more like Ronan City.
It's goals.
I think he took the right option there to shoot.
Yeah.
We'd be giving out to our strikers for not shooting from distance too much anyway. I was talking about Collins getting in behind there. I don't know, for some reason I thought Collins was on the pitch. Sorry. I said that there. It's attempts on target 2-1, by the way. Just came up on screen there. Someone had said that their shots on target was 9-1, so he's talking absolute nonsense. And we hit the crossbar.
I think he must be getting mixed up with total attempts.
Hold on, I'll see.
The shots and then the shots on target. It's the 68th minute and it's still 0-0. Oh,
lads.
Well done.
No.
Duffy.
Oh, good block. Good block. Big Shane. Oh, he looks
down.
injured.
Yeah, he's down now, yeah.
He threw everything into blocking that. Oh.
Kick in the knee. Follow through. Got a kick in the knee, did he?
He usually doesn't stay down for too long when he gets a knock like that. I think he'll be okay. He's up now. He just looks like he took a clatter, yeah. He's a warrior though. Kieran O'Brien says the fact that these lads have made it to the Euros is disgraceful. I don't really think it is. I think you get there by merit.
Sure.
They took advantage of their Nations League position, so you have to give them credit for that. Like
something we couldn't do.
Yeah, they bet Iceland to get here. Like in Iceland, were in League A, the Nations League, have been at the last two major tournaments. So as you say, like they are still there on merit.
Every team is there on merit.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's like saying that last year Liverpool weren't, shouldn't have been champions, but they won it on merit. You are where you are in the league because of how good or how bad you were. You'll say teams were unlucky to get relegated. Not really. You're relegated on, as they say, the league table never lies.
It lies, yeah.
And usually over the course of time as well. Well done, Duffy.
Well done, Duffy.
Usually over the course of time as well, you know, in games and stuff like that, things even out. So over the course of the two games that they were playing, I'm sure. Oh, Cullen getting caught on the ball there. Oh, Make up for it, Josh.
He got back around. Yeah.
He did enough there, didn't he? Really? See that out. That's it. Okie doke, chill out, lads. Yeah, they beat Iceland in the playoff, and Iceland are quite a decent team. I'd say
Yeah.
Iceland would be better or on par with us.
And as Tomas said as well, like in their qualifying campaign, even though they didn't qualify, I think they finished 4th behind Wales, Slovakia, and Croatia.
Oh,
Go on,
good touch,
Knight.
Ida. Give it
Ida.
to Knight.
Free kick,
Go on,
surely.
Knight.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I
See,
wish he had that. I wish he had
I
that burst
think
of
that's the
speed, a
wrong
bit
option.
more like a winger, you know. And Ogbene probably would have been in behind there.
I think that was the wrong option. That I thought he should have put Horgan through there and
Morgan through, yeah, and creaming for it there.
bend
in the
it, bend it around.
I think he was just worried about the offside.
We still have a free kick in a good position, like, so hopefully let's try and make the most of it.
Keller has looked commanding since he came on. Yeah, he's done well. He hasn't had a whole lot to do. His shots have been straight on. But your man Ronan probably thinks that wins the games. Just Josh Cullen again. I hope he doesn't overhit this one. Good ball. No one attacking it. Corner.
Corner.
It was a better ball than
That's
the last
twice you
one.
had to go into the back post with them.
There's another Ireland fan.
Oh, good girl.
Fair play to her. What a legend. I'd say one of her parents is Irish because she's in with the Hungarians. Just a total guess, by the way.
Corner now. McLean takes it.
Oh, Doherty's up.
No.
That's a corner, sure.
Corner again.
No, it's a goal
What?
kick.
That's a corner, Jer.
No, I think he was actually telling
All
you.
right, all right.
I think the replay will confirm why it is as well.
It looked like it come off the back of one of their players' heads, so
Yeah.
not there,
Number
in my
13.
opinion. Maybe.
So slow motion, I suppose, you get to see things more clearer maybe than you would in the naked eye.
Evil Dermot says the away support is strong, fair play to her. That's our ball. That has to be our ball. Yeah. Right, there's about 73rd minute now, so not that long to go.
19.
Big Dog says, like watching paint dry. It's an end of season friendly. I don't know.
Not that bad, like.
Expecting
but there's-
fireworks.
Just pride at the end of the day as well, though.
Yeah, but these are a good side longer as well. Like, they're in the Euros. I'm not saying,
Yeah.
look, I fully appreciate we are in transition. So if we nicked it here, it'd be a very, very good result. But 0-0 at the same time. Didn't you say 1-1?
I said 1-0.
You said 1-1 first, I think.
No, I said a win. I think Jer said
well,
I
you were
said
co-
1-1, yeah.
But you were going away from it for a while, I think. And you changed our mind a little bit, didn't
I
you?
thought you were always adamant we were going to get the win, David.
No, I was adamant for the win. I
Yeah.
said I can't predict the score, and you were like, no, stop bottling it. So I said, right, I'll go 1-0 set piece because I don't think it'll be from open play.
It's probably looking that way too, to be honest.
If the deliveries are
Yeah.
a bit better.
And the
wouldn't
ball over the
mind-
top. Oh, go on. Who's in the
Ball
box?
Duffy.
Go on, Ida.
Oh, lovely turn. Oh, go down. Give it.
Killed
Get
them.
across in, Jason.
He hasn't got a left foot.
No.
Oh, good
Oh,
ball.
what a ball. Oh,
Free
penal.
out. Nah, free out.
He doesn't have a left foot, but he definitely does have a right foot. And that was another great ball into the box by Jason Knight.
And again, there was another ball in over the top, and once again, we caused them problems, stretched them.
Oh, Jer.
If there was more people up there in sport the first time, Ida could have got the cross in initially.
That was Shane Duffy with the ball as well.
It was, yeah.
That's not a pen, like, that's just the coming together, in my opinion. I'm actually people are saying this is shit and everything like that in the comments, but I struggle to look at our team and think of anyone who's had a bad game.
No one's had a bad game. Like, you're probably going to do the player ratings after the game.
Yeah,
but
we'll
I
do
don't-
them after, yeah.
I wouldn't see anyone in my view going below a 6.5.
Yeah, no, totally agree.
Yeah.
No, 6, I would say 6.
Yeah. Oh, look at this.
I think we're okay.
Look at Duffy the Machine getting back. Look.
Oh,
Great tackle.
keeper.
Oh,
Jeez,
that'll
that was
do, that'll
woeful.
do. That was alright.
She's nearly caught in the build-up.
And a
Alex
handball.
Alex asks, who would you bring on? I'd like to see Jamie McGrath on at this point.
Yeah.
And who else? I'd like to see Ogbene maybe brought on,
Yeah.
maybe in place of McLean, and just give us that bit of pace.
See,
And keep
see
going.
what she's like as well. Like,
I mean, if he was to bring on a couple of attacking subs and we lost the game, would you be disappointed? That's what you got to remember.
not really, because at least it showed you went for it. Like,
But maybe that's just us. People will just see the scoreline and say nothing else. Oh,
There you go. Another one over the top. Look, that's
yeah.
skin him, man.
that's why he's on the bench for Spurs.
Nice and well done. Let's get the second ball.
Well
Yeah.
done, well done.
That's
Come
a joke.
on.
That's a joke, by the way.
Yeah.
Another free kick.
Oh, well done, dog.
ref.
See if this was a game. We could give yellows and stuff like that. I'd say they'd have a lot of yellows. There's just
Well, they fouled us an awful lot.
Manning warming up there.
Josh Cullen again.
Mark Scandon says there's a man in the top right in bed.
Sitting on my bed.
He's got no pants on either.
You can't see from the waist down. When you're
Come
trying,
on. Please be a good delivery. Josh Cullen. That's a good ball. Duffy up to
Hit
attack.
that night. Oh, good block.
Ooh.
someone down with cramp, is it? Off Hungary.
Ah, for
Go on,
fuck's
Malumbi.
sake.
Overlap. Malumbi is.
The referee
furious.
stopped it.
Stop the just as we're on the attack. Like,
He wouldn't stop it for when Ida was injured.
it's criminal. Like, done the right thing. Nice. Just unfortunate that our Hungary got covered back.
I would have liked to see. That's the angle I'm looking for. Was it going in? Hard to tell. Mark says he's not wearing any pants either.
It is warm out. I'll give it that.
I have to say the conversation's stuck in a mad swing there, but anyway. Frank Conero, Raya says no live TV. Well, then get a live TV. Darryl, don't go too far back with Eldon.
Oh.
Il Postino 88 is best delivery of the night. Don't know what he's talking about. Unless it was that Cullen free kick there. No, the one for the
One for even
touch.
header.
Touch. Well done, Nye.
Again, he's been bright, isn't he?
Yeah.
But look where all our chances are coming from. Is that ball? I know it's route
High
one,
balls.
but it's working.
Yeah.
It's getting
What
in
to do?
behind them, and it should have been done in the first
Matt,
half.
Come on, Matt. Matt already needs to be doing better there, in my opinion.
Foul him, Duffy. Yeah, that'll do. Let him have his free kick.
But that's what we need, is more of our players to be more horrible like that. That was a good foul to give away. They're doing it to us every time we're counter-attacking.
It's a clever foul. Like, it gives you a chance to get your players back, get back in position in an area where they're not going to be able to hurt you. Like, they're still a long way from a goal. Like, it's very,
That's
very
what they're
clever.
doing.
Like, yeah, it's like Shane
what they're doing
Duffy.
to
Like,
us.
he's around a long time. He knows exactly what to do. Like,
Yeah, no, I think that's where we're too nice in games, is we let players walk past us, and I think Knight actually has won. I think we spoke about in the final word after the Qatar game of in transition and fouling.
Yeah.
Derek has said it. You know, Knight's the only one who's not afraid to pull someone down and take a yellow card. I know in this game we should be more inclined to do it, because that's what they're doing to us when we get in behind and we look like the chance there with Knight there.
well done, Doherty. Getting the
break.
ball over the top. Go on,
Oh.
Ida.
Go on, Adam. 1-on-1 with the defender. Gives it to Horgan.
Morgan, yeah. Back into Malumbi.
On the edge of the box.
Doherty's ball. Good touch. Well done. Come on.
All right.
Ooh,
Oh.
decent ball in.
Corner, is it? Did you carry?
No.
No, we didn't.
But you're totally 100%. That must be like the fourth time now, definitely the second half. We've put the ball over the top, quick transition, and like I said, it's working. We're getting space, we're stretching them, we're isolating them, and we're getting a little bit of joy from it. Like
but you could see it in the first half.
Yeah,
Jay,
it mightn't be the most prettiest, but it's a very, very effective tactic.
Hungary are playing such a high line.
And it's not like hoofball, long ball. It's just clever. Like read the game scenario, see there's space in behind them, get up for tackles. Either shown as well, he's able to hold the ball up like he's done quite well in a couple of occasions like that in the second half. It's just a pity we don't have maybe more boys around it, that the transition then from the second ball is a little bit kind of slow. But again, we're still getting chances off it though.
I say Stephen Kenny copped it in the first half.
Yeah.
When they came in at half time, it was like,
How would he? He's out of his depth.
stop that year, will you?
Oh, I'm just repeating idiots. I don't actually feel that way. You know my thoughts on Kenny's.
Oh no! Oh, great save, Kelleher.
Oh, what a save!
Oh,
brilliant
what a save!
Like a cat.
Lads, we're not going to be short on goalkeepers for the next 10 years.
Any chance for striker?
15 years even.
And Brian Maher as well.
Yeah. What do you think was better, that save or Gavin's in the first half?
Gavin's.
They're on par for me.
Yeah.
That one's better. Sorry.
That one's probably slightly better. Yeah.
That's my Liverpool bias.
Thanks, Paul. Oh, danger.
Clear it.
Oh, another good save.
Oh, what a save!
Oh, Jesus! Fuck's sake.
Queevy and Kelleher may go down as the man of the match after this now.
Could actually do, yeah. Could pit Jason Knight.
Man of the half.
Oh, what a save. He was relaxed there with his. This is it. Catch them on the counter.
And away. Well done.
That's it. Go on, Harlan.
To be fair, that's what we need as well. Like, I know, look, we obviously need to score goals, but sometimes when you're defending well, you also need your keeper to make a couple of good saves too. And in fairness, the two boys, and more often than not, Darren Randolph would normally do it too. Great tackle.
100%, yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Number 3 here for Ireland. I think is it Manning?
Manning from McLean, would it be?
Probably, yeah. So I think we should do the player ratings live straight after. Oh, well done.
Right. Oh no, good header, Duffy. Under the cosh here a small bit. But a ball Malumbi's gone.
Yeah. Manning for McLean.
Yeah. I think this will finish 0-0, lads.
Yeah, it's written all over it. I thought it was a good innings from James tonight. A couple of good deliveries.
Yeah, he's done well. I still don't think that's his best position. I think he's better.
No, I agree with you 100% in that, yeah.
Further forward. But I still don't think that he should be our first option on the left hand side. I still think that if you're going in attacking sense, I think there's players better than him in the attacking sense, and if you're probably playing him as a left back, there's probably players better, like Enda Stevens, who I think if he's fully fit is our best natural left back.
But he's good. Like you can say, like I think he should be a starter. But if not, he is good cover, so he can play left back if Enda is injured. He can come on as a winger if needs be, have a bit of fire or a bit of a spark out on the wing. So like he's versatile on the left side, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, I don't think he should be a starter, in my opinion. He's done well the 2 games he has started, to be fair to him. But, against like a Portugal or something, is he going to make that much of a difference? I think an Enda Stevens fully fit is a better option on the left. And ahead of Manning too.
Yeah. He's not even getting game time, Ryan Manning, isn't he not?
Very little. He came on as a sub for Swans in the playoff final. But dying embers the game when it was long over.
Celtic Warriors is Brady left wing back. He actually was good as a left wing back.
He was, yeah.
Stay down, Darty.
Needs to find a club first.
Who for?
Oh, Duffy. Oh, you got away with it.
Oh, Jesus.
Pinball.
A touch like Paul Nealon.
Yeah. On a Saturday night.
That wasn't far
Oh.
wide. That was not
jeez.
far
Oh,
wide.
Jesus.
Oh, stop
He's
asking about Patrick Bamford. He's English. In fairness, O'Shea done well to at least scoop it up into the air. Because it was just straight at him. Like.
How far was it?
Another solid performance by O'Shea again, by the way.
Consistent.
Yeah.
That was a lot wider than I thought.
Yeah.
Help his stock if he's looking for a move in the summer as well.
Say that again?
Help his own stock and value if he's looking for a move in the summer.
Oh, flick.
Oh, what a touch, night.
Yeah, no, Jerry, I agree. Sorry, I just got carried away by Jason. Nice little turn there, was nice. Like little Zidane turn. People keep on asking what's the story with Obafemi and Meepo. Like, come on, get a new question.
It's not like we have an insight and in-depth answer. Like, you probably know as much as we do.
Exactly. I'd say he's going to go to Nigeria, though, Meepo. And I don't really care, actually, to be honest. Leave him be now, if that's what he wants to do. I'm sick of crying and begging players like Bamford to play for us when they don't want to. And then people are like, oh, he doesn't wear the shirt with pride. And then they're calling for people like Bamford, who's openly said he wants to play for England. Like, give the head a wobble. This doesn't make any sense. And then they can have one bad performance, and it's we're the worst team. He's the worst player in the world.
Just might just to hop off for a second, Paul. There, just want to close the curtains unless you want to see cattle being moved in the background.
No, you can jump off. Sorry, whoops. Meant to remove him. I didn't mean to magnify the fact. Oh, only Jer.
Yeah, man.
No, he's coming back on. You can leave it the way you had it because it's going to be coming back. He's back there now already. How are you, Farmer Joe?
I was all keeping. Did I miss anything?
Someone's
Collins
coming on.
Collins and
Ogbene's on 22.
yeah.
This be his first cap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not competitive though.
Hopefully
He
that'll
looks
come in
good.
September.
He looks good in green. He looks like Afalabi a little bit in the.
He does a small
kit.
bit, yeah.
It's the hair, I think. Big Johnny Afalabi. He stuck in straight away. Well done. Won the ball back.
Don't go forward with it, Darty. Fucks.
Give it to Cullen. Turn out. Well done, Josh. See the way he's dropping in those little pockets and actually getting it.
In behind.
Come on, make yourself a hero. Get in the box, Horgan.
Back
Oh, ball. Oh, side net. Feck it.
Offside, probably was he?
Oh.
I don't know,
Was he
was
offside?
it?
Maybe he could have turned there.
No, he
offside.
was put on.
Oh, he was on by them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
See if he takes a touch here. He can't really go anywhere else, to be
No,
fair.
it's, yeah. Lovely reverse ball by Horgan.
Oh.
But Horgan was going mad at him to get it back to him. There's no way Horgan was
No
getting
way,
back
no.
at the end of that. Ever. Darryl Horgan.
Is he from Dundalk? No.
No,
No,
he's from
Galway.
Galway.
Pretty Galway lad.
Oh, good save.
Few younger siblings that play in the League of Ireland as well.
He
Yeah.
has.
Yeah,
3
his
minutes.
his one brother playing for Galway, and I think is it Sligo is the other one plays for.
Derry.
Was it Derry?
I think he was let go by Derry.
And he's no relation to Finn Harris manager Ollie.
Well done, Malumbi. Ah. You can see the two teams are pushing for the winner. They don't. Neither of them want to draw.
Yeah.
Hungary probably. Well, we actually probably need it more than Hungary, but Hungary are going into a tournament.
Well, they're going to be massive underdogs.
They won't even get out of the group.
No.
Probably lucky to get a point based on this. Oh, come on, lads. I know it's the end of the game, but try press a little bit. It looks like they're going to settle for the draw now.
Yeah, it looks like it. I think the second half has been more encouraging than the first half. It's we've created more, like,
Go on in.
especially from open play.
Yeah, come on, we're on the
Go on,
counter now.
Horgan.
Go on.
Right this way.
Give it
Right.
to Benny on your
Go
bike,
on, your
son.
bike,
Go
son,
on.
lads.
Go on, pace, go on!
Go on. Oh.
He has missed, has he?
Wrong this.
He probably should have shot.
Yeah. You kind of seem to rush the pass.
Oh, Josh, don't get caught in the ball.
Yeah.
Skin him, Chiad.
Hey.
How is that not free,
Not
ref?
free.
Yeah, I totally agree.
He's been lively in the 2 minutes he's been on.
Could have made him hero. Could have made himself a hero twice.
Yeah. Well, I think it
Williams.
shows what he offers and what he brings to the team in the 2 minutes he's been on is just the actual pace and width.
Yeah. Just decision making is something definitely that. But I think he just panics that ball he squared looking for. I think it was Jason Knight that was in the box, was it?
Collins, is it?
Free kick here, last chance. That's it. Get everyone forward. You never know what can happen.
So funny looking at Collins on the shoulder, the last defender, as if he's going to beat.
Yeah. Lads, this is not good.
It's about 40, less than 30 seconds. Go on, son. Oh, we got sandwiched.
Hey.
Come on, get on it, get on it, get on it. Let's try and get that winner.
This is it, lads. Well, you did say a set piece, David. This is the last chance now.
Big Johnny Egan. I'd love to see him score for Ireland.
I don't care if it runs across the white line.
This will be the last kick anyway.
Go on. Just involved
Hit
him,
it.
yeah.
That's it.
Shin.
That's it.
Good performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decent
Our
enough.
longest unbeaten run under Stephen Kenny.
This is it. We're unbeaten anyway in this international window, a win and a draw. So if you were joining us for the watch along, let us know your thoughts in the comments. We're going to do the player ratings now, probably do them live. So come along and join us in about 5 minutes time, or before 9 o'clock anyway, and we're going to fly through them really quickly. Look out for the rest of our after match content as well, and we'll speak to you soon. Thanks for joining in.
Thanks, everyone.